On March 26th, the Montgomery County School Board voted 7-1 for the largest boundary changes that we've seen in Montgomery County in decades. 50 elementary schools just got reassigned to different middle schools and high schools. Wootton High School is being forced to move from its campus in Rockville all the way over to Gaithersburg, and 2 major school choice programs just got eliminated. If you currently own a home in Montgomery County or you're planning on buying one, these changes will affect property value. Hi, if we haven't met before, my name is Kevin Grolig. I'm a lifelong native of Montgomery County. I'm also a product of Montgomery County's school system. I've raised 4 kids here, and I've been a real estate agent for over 40 years. And while I've seen many boundary changes, I've never seen anything quite like this. If there's one thing that I know about real estate in Montgomery County, is school boundary assignments affect home values, period. When school boundaries change, home values can change also. And what I'm about to tell you is based on the facts of what came out at the school meeting on March 26th. It's not speculation, it's not opinion, it's facts. Here's what we're going to be covering today. First, I'm going to break down the 4 major changes that just passed, including which 50 elementary schools got reassigned. Second, I'll explain why this matters for your property value, whether you own or you're buying a home. And then third, I'll just tell you everything that you need to know to make good, smart, sound decisions when it comes to these school boundaries and your property. By the end of this video, you'll know if your school is one of the 50 that are getting reassigned and how that affects your property. Let's dive in. Change number 1, and this is the big one that everybody's been talking about, and that is that it is final. Thomas S. Wootton High School, where the campus currently resides in Rockville, is being permanently moved to the Crown High School facility in Gaithersburg starting the fall of 2027 for the 2027-2028 school year, and this is a permanent move. The school board and the school superintendent say the current Wootton building needs major renovation. The numbers that I've been hearing is $300 million, and they say that they can't afford to renovate Wootton and open Crown as a separate school, so they're moving everyone. The one thing that I know for sure right now are the Wootton parents, especially those whose kids are walkable to Wootton, are furious. And I drive by Wootton High School probably 2 or 3 times a week as part of just going on appointments, going back and forth between my home and office, and signs have been all over the streets there ever since the superintendent's recommendation came out approving that limited option H about closing down the Wootton school permanently. So I know that the parents are all enraged by it. Also, one of the things I know, and this is quite some time ago, but I had 2 of my own kids that went to Wootton High School, and I know how involved those parents are with the school and everything. Here's why a lot of the parents are fighting so hard. About 30% of current Wootton students walk to school. That won't be possible at Crown. The farthest walking distance from the new campus is 30 minutes. Many families bought their homes specifically because of Wootton's location and reputation, and once again, there's a whole community, areas like Fallsmead and Rockshire, that are very close there where the kids can easily walk to school. That no longer will be the case. This even went as far as Rockville's mayor, who sent a letter asking the board to slow down and take more time in their decision. The board, however, ignored it and has moved forward with the vote, which happened on March 26th, and the vote passed 7-1 anyway. Current Wootton site, it's not going to be demolished, it's not going to be sold off, it's going to be left as a holding school for those students whose schools are being renovated to occupy during that period of time during the renovation. Change number 2, and this is also a big one. 50 elementary schools have just been reassigned. 2 boundary studies just passed. The Woodward-Northwood study covered 47 elementary schools. The Wootton Crown study covered 59 elementary schools. Now, not all of them changed, but 50 of them did. And here's the breakdown. The Woodward-Northwood study, 19 elementary schools reassigned. 3 schools get a new middle school only. 8 schools get a new high school only. And 8 schools get both a new middle school and high school. The Wootton Crown study, 31 elementary schools got reassigned, with 17 schools getting a new middle school only, 5 schools getting a new high school only, and 9 schools getting both a new middle school and high school. Now, here's the problem. MCPS hasn't released all the detailed boundary maps yet. They say they'll do this direct outreach to affected families, but right now, if you own a home with elementary-age kids, you need to verify if your school is one of the 50 getting reassigned. And if you're buying a home, do not assume the current boundaries still apply. Get it in writing. Change number 3, Woodward opens and consortiums die. Charles Woodward High School is finally finally opening. It was built years ago to handle overcrowding at schools like Walter Johnson, but is never opened. Currently, it's being used as a holding school. Now it's opening as part of this new reorganization. Wootton High School is expanding, and here's the change that nobody's talking about. The Downtown Consortium and the Northeast Consortium are gone, eliminated. The Consortiums were school choice programs that allowed parents to choose from multiple high schools within their consortium. The new system divides the county into 6 regions. Each region gets specialized programs like STEM, healthcare, performing arts. The idea is students don't have to travel across the entire county for magnet programs anymore. Next, let's talk about the Brown Station story that nobody covered. While everyone was focused on Wootton, Brown Station Elementary in Gaithersburg raised a serious concern that got completely buried. Brown Station is a Title I school, which means there's a higher concentration of lower income families. Boundary change moves them from the Quince Orchard High cluster to the Northwest cluster. This puts 3 Title I elementary schools under 1 middle school, Roberta Clemente in Germantown. Parents say this hyper-concentrates high-need students in one location. It could create a segregated environment and disrupt their elite Spanish immersion program. According to MCPS data, Quince Orchard loses about 8% of the farm students, and Northwest gains about 7%. Farm stands for free and reduced priced meals. So let's talk about why this all matters for your property value. As I said, school assignments drive property values in Montgomery County, period. If your elementary school just got reassigned, your property value could change. So what do you need to do and what do you need to know right now? If you own a home with kids in elementary school, find out if your school is one of the 50 getting reassigned. Find out what your new middle and high school assignments are. Understand how that possibly affects property value. It's also important, if you're buying a home, do not assume current boundaries. Verify everything. Call MCPS, and if you can, get it in writing. As I've said, all these changes take effect fall of 2027 for the 2027-2028 school year, but there are some exceptions for current 8th, 11th, and 12th graders. I also want to let you know that the pushback is not over. Parents filed complaints with the Montgomery County Inspector General, the Maryland Office of the Inspector General for Education, and the Maryland State Department of Education. Legal action is being pursued. So there you have it. March 26th, the Montgomery County School Board passed the most sweeping changes we've seen in school boundaries in decades. 50 elementary schools reassigned, Wootton moved to Crown, and consortiums are completely eliminated. I've been helping families navigate the real estate market in Montgomery County for over 40 years, so if you have any questions about the boundaries and how this may affect your value, I'd love the opportunity to talk to you. You can always text me direct, or you can go ahead and scan that Calendly link on the screen and set up a virtual meeting with us where we can just discuss anything, whether you're interested in buying a home, selling a home, talking about values. Everything is open to discuss it one-on-one. So thank you for checking out my video. I will see you guys next week.